In nature, nothing is lost, nor created, everything is transformed. Today, as a cosmological view, we have finism, which shows that everything in the universe and the universe itself is born, grows, ages and dies completely, always having a primary cause from a linear causality point of view. These people come to causality with a straight line, where cause and effect are separated and therefore work in a straight line. The big problem is that nature does not present a finitist universe, and none of the concepts of this view are proven in it. Unlike finitists, who believe that, for example, the universe was born, nature does not have any kind of notion of its own that indicates an origin. After all, everything in nature tends to infinity both backwards and forwards. This is because causality is not limited and linear as finitists claim, but rather that it is cyclical and mutable, since every cause at some point was an effect, and every effect is a cause in the future. Causality arises from the interaction between substances and beings. Therefore, we have to stop to think, how is it possible for the entire universe to be born, since in reality, the idea of being born and dying are totally connected and cyclical, that is, they tend to infinity, and more than that, one depends on the another to exist. In itself, in nature, only the forms of essences change, their way of experiencing. Such forms have a beginning, middle, and end, or in other words birth, life, and death, but the essence, the being who is experiencing this changeability of form, always exists. The universe has always existed. It is the things within it that change shape, but never leave or come to exist, for what is perceived is a continuous mutability of experience, not a process of creation and destruction, where both the experienced being and the form cease to exist. A classic example of this is a work. An engineer and his workers do not create the matter of a building from scratch. They take existing materials from nature and transform them into a house, building, or other. Therefore, there is not in nature a transition of existing and non-existence of the being that experiences itself through this form, the essence, but this process of life and death are the forms of these beings that experience them. The phrase, in nature, nothing is lost or created, everything is transformed finally is visible.